Aloha, and welcome to the Hawaii Travel Made Easy podcast. I'm Marcie, your Hawaii travel expert, who's visited the islands more than 40 times, and I'm here to help you create your dream Hawaiian vacation. Whether you're traveling solo or on a romantic getaway, planning a girls' trip, bringing in the kids, or exploring paradise with multiple generations. Today's episode is all about busting myths and tackling some of the absolute worst advice I've ever heard about visiting Hawaii. You've probably come across questionable travel tips online or from well-meaning friends, and these bits of misinformation can truly affect your vacation. But don't worry, I'm here to set the record straight and give you tips that'll genuinely enhance your trip. Grab your favorite tropical drink, settle in, and let's get into the worst Hawaii travel advice and exactly what you should do instead. Let's kick things off with one of the most common and honestly misleading pieces of advice I hear. Just stay in Waikiki. It's got everything you need. Okay, look, Waikiki does have a lot going for it. It's iconic, it's fun, and it's super convenient, especially if you're traveling solo or with friends and want nightlife, shopping, and easy beach access all in one place. But here's the thing. Waikiki is just one tiny sliver of what Hawaii has to offer. It's like judging all of Italy based on a weekend in Rome. If you're planning a romantic getaway or honeymoon, Waikiki might feel a little too busy. Picture high-rises, lots of foot traffic, and packed beaches. Not exactly the private, dreamy escape you had in mind. Instead, consider places like Hotel Wailea on Maui, an adults-only boutique hotel that's all about peace, romance, and stunning ocean views. Or Four Seasons Lanai, where you can sip cocktails in complete seclusion while watching the sunset with no crowds in sight. Families? Multi-generational trips? Waikiki can feel overwhelming and pricey, especially with little ones. Try Ko'olina on Oahu for calmer lagoons and a more relaxed pace, or Kona on the Big Island, where there's plenty of space to spread out and explore without the constant hustle. Even Wailea on Maui or Poipu Beach on Kauai offer quieter beaches and family-friendly vibes that make a difference. Adventure seekers? You'll probably love Kihei on Maui or Hanalei Bay on Kauai. Both places offer that perfect balance of excitement and chill without the mega crowds of Waikiki. And hey, I'm not saying skip Waikiki altogether. It's definitely worth experiencing for a day or two, especially if it's your first time in Hawaii. But don't let that be your only impression of the islands. So my pro tip, if you want the best of both worlds, split your stay. Spend a couple of nights soaking in the energy of Waikiki, then head somewhere quieter for the rest of your trip. Trust me, it's the perfect way to get that wow factor without burning out. It's what we do on almost every trip. All right, mistake number 2, and it's a biggie, is thinking that any luau will do. I can't tell you how many times I've heard someone say, oh, we'll just book whatever luau is closest to our hotel. And while yes, all luaus technically involve food, music, and hula, the experience can vary a lot depending on where you go and what vibe you're looking for. Luaus are not one size fits all. Some are big, energetic productions, while others are small, intimate affairs. So before you click book now, think about who you're traveling with and what kind of evening you want. If it's your honeymoon or planning a romantic night out, I highly recommend the Feast at Mokopu on Maui. It's set right on the beach with private tables, upscale Hawaiian cuisine, and a cozy, luxurious vibe that's perfect for couples. Families, look for something interactive. Toa Luau on Oahu is fantastic. It has cultural activities before dinner like hula lessons, lei making, and crafts, which keep the kids engaged and entertained before the show even starts. Plus, it's set on a beautiful garden near Waimea Valley, so you can make a day of it. Over on Kauai, the Smith Family Garden Luau is a great pick for multi-generational families. There's tons of space for kids to run around, and the laid-back garden setting is perfect if you're traveling with grandparents who might prefer something more low-key. If you're flying solo or traveling with a group of friends, something more social might be up your alley. Old Lahaina Luau on Maui has a great setup for mingling with communal seating and a strong focus on authentic Hawaiian storytelling and traditions. Celebrating a big occasion like a wedding or family reunion? Check out Chief's Luau on Oahu. It's high energy, super fun, and includes audience participation that makes it memorable for groups. Plus, they offer group discounts, which is always a win. And if you're on the Big Island, the Legends of Hawaii Luau at Hilton Waikoloa Village is a crowd pleaser. It's got everything from fire dancing to engaging storytelling, and it's set in a gorgeous oceanfront location that really makes the night feel special. So my pro tip, Don't just book the first luau you see. Read the reviews, check what's included, and make sure it fits your group's vibe. A great luau can be the highlight of your trip, but a mismatched one, not so much. All right, mistake number 3 is one I see all the time. Thinking you can wait until you're in Hawaii to book all your activities, tours, and dinner reservations. I get it. You're on vacation. You want to be spontaneous, go with the flow. Maybe decide what you're in the mood for day by day. But Hawaii is not the place to wing it, especially if you're traveling during a busy season. This is one of the most popular vacation spots in the world, and trust me, things fill up fast, like weeks or even months in advance fast. If you wait until you land, you might find the luau you're excited about sold out. The bucket list sunrise at Haleakala, no permits left. And that romantic sunset sail you were hoping to surprise your partner with, full. If you're traveling solo, you might think it's easier to snag a spot. The even group surf lessons or guided hikes at places like Diamond Head or Haleakala can book up quickly, especially on weekends or holidays. Locking it in early guarantees you'll actually get to do it. Couples, this goes for you too. Want a sunset cruise on the Nepali coast of Kauai or a couples massage at the Grand Wailea on Maui? Those dreamy, romantic experiences are some of the first to go. Booking a few weeks or even a couple months in advance is the way to go. Families definitely need to plan ahead. Places like Pearl Harbor, the Haleakala Sunrise, and popular luaus like Toa Luau often get booked up well ahead of time. And things like dolphin tours, Atlantis submarine rides, or even snorkeling trips, spots are limited and sunset times sell out the fastest. If you're planning a trip with a big group, like a wedding party or family reunion, you want to get your reservations squared away as early as possible. Tours like the Kualoa Ranch UTV rides or Molokini Crater snorkel charters have group size limits, and you don't want to be stuck splitting into separate tours or missing out entirely. So my pro tip is to sit down a couple of months before your trip and make a list of your group's top 3 to 5 must-do experiences. Book those first. That way, you're not scrambling once you're on the islands, and everyone gets to do what they're most excited about. The rest of your trip can still be flexible, but the big stuff, lock it in early and thank yourself later. Okay, let's talk about the weather, because mistake number 4 is assuming that Hawaii's weather is just like the mainland, or worse, that is perfect sunshine 24/7. I hate to break it to you, but Hawaii's weather has a mind of its own. Yes, it's generally warm and tropical, but depending on where you are on the island, it can be sunny, rainy, windy, or cloudy, all in the same day. Each island, and even different parts of the same island, has its own microclimate. So while it might be picture perfect at Waikiki Beach or the Kohala Coast on the Big Island, over on the north shore of Kauai or East Maui, you could be dealing with rain clouds or misty conditions. That's not a bad thing. It's what makes Hawaii lush and green. But it's definitely something you need to plan for. If you're planning a romantic getaway, stick to the sunnier west sides of the islands. Places like Wailea on Maui or Ko'olina on Oahu are your best bet for dreamy beach days and sunsets. Meanwhile, if you're a solo traveler itching to hike or explore, it helps to avoid the rainy season, or at least build in some flexibility in case your hike gets rained out. You might want to swap in a museum visit or poke around a charming town like Makavao or Hanapepe if the trails are too muddy. Families, especially those with kids who just want to play at the beach or hang out at the pool, will love the reliable sunny areas like Ka'anapali on Maui or the Kona Coast on the Big Island. There's less chance of rain ruining your beach day and more time for those epic sandcastle building sessions. If you're planning a group trip with activities all over the island, maybe a snorkeling tour in one spot and a hike in another, knowing how the weather shifts can be a game changer. For example, Hanauma Bay might be calm and sunny in the morning, but windy and cloudy by mid-afternoon. So booking early tours is usually smarter. Multi-generational families should be especially aware of these changes. If someone in your group has mobility issues or just doesn't love the idea of getting caught in a sudden downpour, planning activities in more weather-stable regions can help avoid discomfort or last-minute scrambling. Even within the same island, you'll see wild differences. It can be cloudy and breezy in Kailua, while just 30 minutes away in Kapolei, it's sunny and hot. And if you're planning something special like a beach wedding, family photo shoot, an outdoor celebration, always have a backup plan. You don't want to be caught off guard by sudden rain shower or gusty trade winds. My pro tip is don't trust generic mainland weather apps. These often give you a broad forecast that isn't accurate for specific areas in Hawaii. So use local sources or island-specific weather apps, and always check the weather in the region you're visiting, not just the island in general. It can make all the difference in planning a smooth, stress-free trip. All right, mistake number 5 is a big one. underestimating driving times and traffic in Hawaii. I hear this all the time, especially from people planning their first trip. Oh, the island's small. We can just drive from one side to the other in no time. And yes, technically, the islands are small when you look at them on a map. But what the map doesn't show you? The winding roads, single-lane bridges, speed limits, and traffic jams that can totally throw off your schedule. For example, on Oahu, the drive from Waikiki to the North Shore might look like it's just an hour. And it can be if you're lucky. But if you leave mid-morning on a weekend, you could be looking at 2 hours or more, especially if there's a surf competition or a food truck traffic jam in Haleiwa. And on Maui, the road to Hana is another perfect example. People think they can just do a quick out and back drive in a few hours. Nope. Even if you don't make a bunch of stops, that road is full of hairpin turns, one-lane bridges, and slower speed limits that force you to take your time, which honestly is part of the charm, but only if you're not in a rush. Plus, there are places where traffic can be unexpectedly heavy, like Ka'anapali or the two-lane highways on the Big Island that get backed up during peak times. And don't forget rush hour traffic in Honolulu. It's very real. If you're trying to get to a luau or dinner reservation, plan accordingly. So here's the takeaway. Build in extra time for driving. Google Maps might say 45 minutes, but give yourself an hour or more, especially if you're heading somewhere scenic, remote, or time-sensitive. And if you're traveling with kids, add in even more time for bathroom stops, snack breaks, and those last-minute, can we stop here moments. My pro tip is if you've got big plans like a helicopter tour, dinner show, or boat excursion, aim to be there early and treat the drive like part of the adventure. Because in Hawaii, the journey really is as beautiful as the destination. All right, let's talk about another mistake I hear way too often. We'll just skip the rental car and use Uber or tours to get around. I get it. Rental cars can seem expensive, and yes, parking fees are a real thing. But trust me, unless you're staying exclusively in Waikiki and have zero plans to explore, not having a car can seriously limit your experience in Hawaii. Outside of the major resort areas, public transportation is super limited, and rideshares can be inconsistent or pricey, especially on the neighbor islands like Kauai or the Big Island. If you're a solo traveler, having your own car gives you the freedom to chase down those hidden gems, like a remote waterfall hike on Maui or a quiet cove on Oahu's windward coast, that you just can't get to on a bus tour. Couples, renting a car is your ticket to spontaneous, romantic moments, like catching the sunset at McKenna Cove or taking a long drive to Polihale State Park on Kauai. These spots are off the beaten path and almost impossible to access without your own wheels. Families, oh my gosh, having a car makes life so much easier. You can throw in beach gear, snacks, strollers, and not worry about juggling it all while trying to catch a shuttle. Plus, you can leave when you want to, especially helpful when somebody needs a nap or a change of clothes. Beaches like Kapalua Bay on Maui or Poipu Beach on Kauai are much more accessible when you're not relying on taxis or bus schedules. If you're traveling with a bigger group or multi-generational family, a rental car, or even two, offers flexibility. Maybe some folks want to hit the beach while others head to a coffee farm or scenic lookout. Having your own transportation keeps everyone happy and moving at their own pace. And don't even get me started on the Big Island. You will absolutely need a car there. Driving from Kona to Hawaii Volcanoes National Park or exploring the Hamakua coast takes hours, and tours won't give you the freedom to stop at a scenic overlook or a roadside fruit stand whenever you feel like it. Even if you're mostly staying in Waikiki, consider renting a car just for a day or two. You can drive the beautiful North Shore Loop, stop at shrimp trucks, visit Waimea Valley, and still be back by dinner. It's totally worth it. So my pro tip is even renting a car for part of your trip can unlock a whole different side of Hawaii. Plus, if you're splitting the cost with a group, it can be way more affordable than booking multiple tours or rideshares. And hey, you'll have more chances to discover those off-the-radar food trucks and mom-and-pop stops that make Hawaii truly unforgettable. All right, mistake number 7 is one I hear all the time. Thinking the best beaches in Hawaii are the ones right in front of the resorts. And while yes, resort beaches can be beautiful and super convenient, they're definitely not the only or even the best beaches Hawaii has to offer. So here's the truth. Many of the most stunning beaches in Hawaii are public and totally free to access. No hotel wristband required. Some of these spots are actually more memorable and less crowded than the beach right in front of a big-name resort. If you're traveling with kids, check out Kapalua Bay on Maui. It's calm, protected, and perfect for little ones to splash around safely. And there's even great snorkeling right off the shore. No resort stay required. Couples looking for that romantic, picture-perfect vibe? You'll love Lanikai Beach on Oahu. With its soft white sand and crystal clear turquoise water, it's the spot for a sunrise stroll or cozy picnic. And it's tucked away in a residential area, so it feels quiet and special, like your own secret escape. Just be respectful and mindful of parking restrictions. Solo travelers, don't miss out either. Head to places like Baldwin Beach on Maui's North Shore, where the pace is slower, the vibe is local, and you might find a shady spot to read or watch the waves with hardly anyone around. If you're traveling with a group that loves adventure, go explore beaches that require a little effort to get to. Polihali State Park on Kauai is remote, wild, and totally worth the bumpy ride in. You'll get wide open sands, views of the Nepali cliffs, with that magical sense of discovering something untouched. Or try Makalavena Beach on the Big Island. You'll hike in on a lava trail, but you'll be rewarded with powdery white sand and postcard-perfect water. It's like finding treasure. And here's the thing. Public beaches often have the most local flavor. Take Kailua Beach Park on Oahu. You'll find families grilling, kids paddling out on boogie boards, and a laid-back community vibe that just feels real. Or head to Anini Beach on Kauai, where the reef keeps the water calm and clear, perfect for snorkeling with sea turtles and colorful fish. So my pro tip is don't just park your beach towel at the closest resort. Venture out and explore. Some of your favorite memories might come from a beach you stumbled across, not one in the brochure. Hawaii's most magical spots are often the ones without a hotel in sight. Okay, this one is such an easy win, but many people miss it. Mistake number 8 is not mentioning when you're celebrating something special. Whether it's your honeymoon, a big birthday, anniversary, or even a personal milestone, say something. I promise, Hawaii loves to celebrate with you. A lot of travelers don't want to come off as braggy or assume it'll make a difference, but letting your hotel or restaurant know about your special occasion can actually unlock some pretty awesome perks. Think room upgrades, champagne on arrival, surprise desserts, or even just a little extra aloha in your service. Honeymooners, this is especially for you. Resorts like the Fairmont Kealani on Maui are known for pulling out all the stops. Think rose petals on the bed, a bottle of bubbles, or chocolates waiting in your room. All you have to do is let them know in advance when you book. Families celebrating something like a graduation, anniversary, or retirement, you might get oceanfront seating at a popular restaurant or a surprise dessert delivered to your table. Places like Duke's Waikiki or Merriman's Kapalua love to help you make the moment extra special. Solo travelers, don't count yourselves out. If you're celebrating a birthday, a promotion, or just taking a well-deserved solo trip, make sure your hotel knows. You might score a spa discount, drink voucher, or even just a little extra recognition that makes you feel seen and celebrated. If you're traveling with a group for a reunion or destination wedding, you're in an even better position. Some hotels like Hilton Hawaiian Village offer welcome amenities like fresh lays, personalized room notes, or even help coordinate private events if you let them know ahead of time. Restaurants like Mama's Fish House on Maui or Roy's Waikiki sometimes personalize your menu or bring out a celebratory treat when they know you're celebrating. And excursion companies, some offer free photos, premium seats, or a champagne toast if it's a special occasion. Again, all you have to do is ask. Even rental car companies will sometimes upgrade you to a convertible or SUV if you let them know that you're celebrating. Perfect for that scenic drive along the road to Hana or cruising Oahu's North Shore with the top down. So, my pro tip, don't be shy. Mention your special occasion when you book and again when you check in. You never know what little surprises might be waiting to make your Hawaii vacation even more unforgettable. After all, if you're going to celebrate, why not do it island style? All right, let's bust a big myth. Mistake number 9 is assuming that all the Hawaiian Islands are basically the same. Spoiler alert, they're not. Each island has its own vibe, pace, and personality. So if you choose one that doesn't match your travel style or group dynamic, you might end up feeling like something's missing. Let's start with Maui, which is kind of the Goldilocks island for couples. It's romantic, relaxed, and filled with gorgeous resorts, especially in Wailea. Sunset dinners and beach walks along Ka'anapali, and luxury without feeling too busy. It's perfect for honeymooners or anyone looking for that dreamy romantic escape. But if you're a more adventurous couple or honeymooners who want to get out and do things, Kauai might be your jam. Think hiking the Nepali coast, kayaking the Wailua River, or exploring lush jungles and dramatic cliffs. It's all about adventure and natural beauty. Now, Families often gravitate toward Oahu, and for good reason. There's so much to do. You've got the Honolulu Zoo, Waikiki Aquarium, family-friendly luau's, and iconic spots like Pearl Harbor and Diamond Head. But if your crew prefers fewer crowds and a more low-key vibe, check out the Big Island. The beaches are spacious, the resorts are more spread out, and the variety of activities, from stargazing on Mauna Kea to snorkeling in Kealakekua Bay, means there's something for everyone. Multi-generational families especially love the Big Island. There's a great mix of cultural sites like Pu'uhonua o Honaunau, plus exciting adventures and relaxing resort time. Places like the Hilton Hawaiian Village are ideal for these kinds of trips. It's like a mini paradise with something for every age. Solo travelers, don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. If you want to meet people and stay active, Oahu has a great social vibe. Think surf lessons in Waikiki, group hikes, and lots of friendly faces. But if you're craving peace and solitude, look into Lanai or Molokai. These islands are super quiet and perfect for unplugging and recharging. And if you're in a group of friends looking for adventure, both Kauai and Maui deliver. Kauai ziplining and rugged heights are great for thrill seekers, and the road to Hana on Maui makes for an unforgettable group road trip full of bonding, playlists, and jaw-dropping views. So my pro tip is to take the time to match your island choice with your travel style. Whether you want luxury and leisure, culture and adventure, or a little of everything, picking the right island can make your Hawaii trip. Don't just go where everyone else is going. Go where it feels right for you. All right, we've made it to mistake number 10, and it's a sneaky one. Bringing your usual sunscreen from home without realizing it might not be allowed in Hawaii. Yep, Hawaii has actually banned certain ingredients in sunscreen, and for good reason. Sunscreens that contain oxybenzone or oxynoxate are harmful to coral reefs, and since Hawaii's reefs are such a vital part of the marine ecosystem, not to mention the snorkeling experience we all love, the state has taken steps to protect them. So if you're packing that familiar bottle from your bathroom cabinet, it's worth checking the label before you throw it in your suitcase. Families especially should double-check their kids' go-to sunscreens. A lot of big-name brands that you find at drugstores still include the banned ingredients. And the last thing you want to do is apply something that's harmful to the environment, or worse, get fined for using something that's not allowed. If you're on a honeymoon or romantic getaway, consider picking up a locally made Reef-Safe sunscreen like Kokua Sun Care or Little Hands Hawaii. These brands are not only made in Hawaii, but they use natural, mineral-based ingredients and come in super cute, eco-friendly packaging. Plus, they feel great on your skin and make a great souvenir to take home. Solo travelers who are planning to spend lots of time in the ocean, whether it's surfing, paddleboarding, or snorkeling, should look for water-resistant, mineral-based options that stay put and won't wash off into the reef. It's a simple swap that makes a big difference. If you're traveling in a group, it can be a great idea to buy a couple of big bottles locally. Places like ABC stores, Long's, or even Costco usually carry Reef-Safe brands, and it's often cheaper than ordering online before your trip. So my pro tip is whether you bring it from home or buy it in Hawaii, make sure it's labeled Reef-Safe and is free of oxybenzone and oxynoxate. Shopping locally not only helps you stay compliant with state laws, but it also supports Hawaiian businesses, and that's always a win. All right, friend, if you can avoid these common Hawaiian mistakes, you're already way ahead of the game. Whether you're heading to the island solo, with your partner, a group of friends, or the whole extended family, a little preparation goes a long way. Hawaii is magical, but thoughtful planning, a bit of flexibility, and knowing what each island has to offer can totally transform your trip from good to unforgettable. And hey, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed with all the info, don't stress. I've created detailed Hawaii travel guides and customizable itineraries to help you take everything we talked about today and turn it into an actual plan. Whether you're a solo adventurer looking for secret beaches, a couple dreaming of romantic sunsets, a family juggling nap schedules and shave ice breaks, or a multi-gen group with all kinds of interests, I've got something just for you. These guides are packed with my personal recommendations, including the best places to stay, can't miss experiences, local gems most tourists overlook, dining tips, packing lists, and even ready-to-go daily schedules. I've poured everything I've learned from over 40 trips to Hawaii into these resources to make planning your own trip way easier and way more fun. You can check them out on my website. Just click the link in the show notes. I promise, you'll find a guide that fits your travel style and helps make the most of every single day in paradise. And if this episode helped you out, it would mean the world to me if you'd subscribe, leave a quick review, or share it with a fellow Hawaii-loving friend. That kind of support helps more than you know. Mahalo for tuning in today. I'm so excited to be part of your Hawaii travel journey. I'll see you in the next episode. Aloha.